All right, so today we're diving into a really cool real-world story. It's all about how AI is being used to slice through a problem that pretty much every government on the planet faces. A maze of red tape so thick it can literally stop billions of dollars in investment dead in its tracks. So, how exactly can AI untangle all that? Let's get into it. It all really boils down to this one big question. In the world we live in today, countries are in this constant, high-stakes competition. They're all trying to woo capital that can build new factories, create good jobs, and really just power their economies. So what makes the difference? What separates the winners from the ones who get left behind? Well, the big prize in this global game is something called foreign direct investment, or FDI for short. And this isn't just cash sloshing around in the stock market. Nope. This is about long-term commitments, investing in actual physical businesses and assets. For a country like Malaysia, getting a steady stream of FDI is absolutely essential if they want to hit their big national development goals. And this is where the plot really thickens. If you look at Malaysia's economy, on the one hand, you've got its real GDP. And look at that, it's a nice, steady, reliable climb. That's the picture of a healthy, growing economy. But then you look at the FDI inflow, and it's a total roller coaster. We're talking sharp peaks, sudden valleys, all over the place. That volatility, that unpredictability, it just goes to show you how incredibly tough it is to create that stable environment that investors are really looking for. So what's causing all this friction? What's gumming up the works? Well, one of the biggest roadblocks is a process for getting tariff exemptions. Now, it's meant to be a great incentive for investors, but a lot of the time it just feels like trying to navigate a giant, confusing maze. Right at the very center of this maze, you have these things called HS codes. The easiest way to think about them is like a universal barcode for every single product that crosses a border. I mean, everything, from a tiny little screw to a massive piece of factory machinery, it all has a code. And here's the kicker. Getting that code exactly right is everything. One wrong number could be the difference between a company getting a huge project-saving tax break or getting hit with a massive unexpected bill. And listen, this isn't as simple as just looking a word up in a dictionary. Oh no. To classify just one item correctly, customs officers have to work their way through this super strict 6-step hierarchy of rules. You have to start at Rule 1 and go all the way down to Rule 6 in order. And each rule has its own crazy logic about, what to do if a product is incomplete or if it could fit into a few different categories. It's an incredibly complex and mentally draining job. So just how slow is this manual process? Okay, get ready for this. To check a list of 300 different codes, it takes one human officer about 450 minutes. That's 7.5 hours, a full workday. Now look at the AI assisted check for the exact same list. 5 minutes. 5. Let that sink in. That is the scale of the bottleneck we're talking about here. It's staggering. So yeah, the old way is not just painfully slow, it's also incredibly risky. It's time-consuming, it puts a huge mental strain on the officers, and it involves digging through mountains of paperwork. And all of that leads to very real risks, right? You get inconsistent rulings from different officers, the potential for simple human error, and of course, frustrating delays for the very investors that the country's trying so hard to attract. So, what's the solution? This is the brilliant part. It's not about replacing the human officers, not at all. It's about giving them an incredibly powerful AI co-pilot to help them do their job better and faster. The first piece of this tech puzzle is something called Optical Character Recognition, or OCR. This is basically the workhorse. It's the tech that looks at that huge mountain of paperwork, scanned documents, PDFs, you name it, and turns it from just a static picture into structured digital data that an AI can actually read and understand. And then comes the brain of the operation, a large language model, or LLM. This is the real magic. It takes all that data that the OCR digitized, and it does what a human does. It reads it, it understands the nuance, it can reason through all those complicated regulations, but it does it all at a speed that is just inhuman. The new workflow is just beautifully simple. First, OCR digitizes all the application documents. Second, the AI copilot instantly verifies all the information, checking it against thousands of pages of tariff rules and regulations in a split second. And then the most important step, number 3, the human officer reviews what the AI found, looks at its suggestions, and makes the final authoritative call. And this is maybe the most crucial point to get. The AI is not the one making the final decision. It's designed, as the source material says, to be a sophisticated decision support tool. It's there to do the grunt work, to handle the tedious, time-sucking parts of the job, so that the human expert can focus their brainpower on the really tricky cases that need actual judgment and experience. The officer is always, always in the driver's seat. So, what's the result of all this? Well, it's not just a faster process. It's a genuine win-win for everyone involved, from the government all the way down to the global investor. And this is really why it all matters so much. When you boil it all down, it's simple. An effective, efficient tax administration system directly leads to more FDI, higher investor confidence, and real economic growth. An ineffective one? Well, it does the exact opposite. It scares away investment and leads to a ton of missed opportunities. The stakes are huge. For the government, the benefits are clear, and they directly solve all those old problems. We're talking a massive boost in efficiency, way better accuracy and consistency across the board, and of course, lightning-fast turnaround times. It's a huge step forward in modernizing how public services are delivered. And for the companies actually bringing in all that investment, for them, it's a total game changer. They get their applications processed faster, which means they can start their projects sooner. They get a system that's predictable and transparent, which lowers their stress and their paperwork. But most importantly, it sends a powerful message. This country is open for business. It's a reliable, efficient place to invest your money. At the end of the day, this is more than just one story about one government process. It's a powerful preview of how AI can be used for incredibly practical, high-impact good. It proves that AI can be the perfect co-pilot to help us navigate immense complexity. And that just leaves us with one really exciting question. If AI can untangle this knot, what other bureaucratic nightmares could be next?